Hello, monsters abound here. Welcome back to Total War Warhammer 2 Mortal Empires and part 30 of my Wood Elf campaign. Of course, every 10 episodes we have an extravagant... Alright, not every 10 episodes, sometimes. Every 10 episodes, sometimes we have an extravaganza, which is an hour-long episode of all thrills and spills. You literally cannot imagine the excitement. It's going to be a lot of fun, people. We're going to let our hair down. Pull our socks off, maybe if you're wearing socks. If not, maybe put some socks on. Your choice. Anyway, so part 30. Now, I think part 30 probably a good time just to have a little summary of what's gone on so far. I think that's probably a good idea. We can have a look at, our allies and our enemies. We've got a lot of one and not so much of the... Let's look at our allies first. That's probably a lot quicker. So we have the Skaven. I mean, I say ally. I mean, they don't actually like us all that much.
Desperate are you? Good. I have request demands.
There's Overside now. All right, he does like us, but he won't give us any kind of agreements. Don't know why. Just doesn't. But he is at war with Karl, and that is at least putting a little bit of pressure on Karl. So, frankly, I count him as an ally. Then we have Bordelot, of course. Bordelot, led by what's his name? Albrecht. That's it. Albrecht, the most boring of legendary lords.
Armored in faith.
Yeah, there he is. I mean, you wouldn't know he was a legendary lord, but he is, with all the personality of a wooden post. And then, of course, we've got Teclis, who is...
I have little choice but to listen to your inane babbling.
An absolute prick. So, as friends go, this is starting to look very much like an episode of The In-Betweeners, because, frankly, I need better friends. However, on the other hand, we have enemies, which is pretty much everyone else, I would say. Pretty much everyone else in the entire world is against us. They are led by Karl.
Speak. I will hear you now. Be warned, my mood is dark.
I can see. So, as we can see, Karl doesn't like me very much. Which, to be fair, is entirely on his own head, because he started this. Well, I think he started this anyway. I'm not sure who started this, but I'm blaming Karl. Anyway, as you can see, Karl has quite a few military alliances, and we're pretty much at war with all of them. So he's got a huge sort of alliance block beyond the mountains, and they've been pushing us ever since. We, of course, did have the Fey Enchantress on side as well, but she's now dead, so that's a shame. And we also have Kazarak, who really likes us. Although we can't actually talk to Kazarak, because we're always supposed to be at war with him. But he kind of actually really likes us. 225 he likes us. That much amount, and that's a lot. If you go up to someone and say, how much do you like me? And they say about 225, marry that person, because that is... I mean, check first that your... the relationship isn't deteriorating, obviously. If you say, where will we be in 10 turns, they say negative 50, probably don't marry them. Anyway, so there is that, and we do have a Kazarak army currently moving. He's gone past Castle Carcassonne, so I don't know if, because we're sort of at war with them, but we have a good relation, whether the AI is just like, I don't know how to deal with this particular two events. So we are at war, however, they're currently heading towards the Reichland, and I'm hoping they're just going to bypass us. That might be wishful thinking. They might attack us, but oh well. And we've also got two Averland armies down here. Now, the plan is, we're going to hit Altdorf. We're going to go for Altdorf. We're going to destroy Altdorf, because I feel like Karl is to blame for all of this. Not the mods that I installed. This isn't my fault. It's Karl's fault. I'm blaming Karl. I blame everyone but myself. So what I'm going to do is we're going to chase off these Averland armies, maybe take care of Bellegarde. On the other hand, Bellegarde hasn't been much of a problem recently, so I might just leave him. But Averland certainly need to be kicked away from the forest, and then Erario will hold the ground while Durthu and Orion push northward into the Reichland, and we take on Altdorf. I think I'm gonna take killing Altdorf as my campaign objective. That's what we're going to be doing. So we do have some unassigned skill points. Valnal and Skelly Bobs, they've got a skill point. Where are we going to put that? Awaken of the Wood. I mean, that's quite nice. Flurry of Boughs. Well, I mean, Durthu does have swinging bows, so do we want to increase that to a flurry? I don't know. I don't know what that would look like. That sounds vaguely terrifying. I think I'll just go for Awakening of the Wood, which is in itself quite a funny name for a spell. Anyway, who else? We've got Durthu. Durthu's got skill points. Durthu, I think, has been fighting some rebels. The rebels keep spawning because of the Skaven corruption, which is another problem. So there's, yeah, he's got his swinging bows. We are going to get Howl of the Forest to increase our melee attack there. I think that sounds pretty good. And we do have Balthazar Gelt currently stood near our outpost down here. We've also got Ones Through Heart Gorge. So I don't know what's going to happen here. Currently Orion is like standing by just to see what does happen. So I did want to put him in ambush, but I moved him too far. Oops. And Doden, can we assault these guys? No. Well, you know, good attempt. Doten, assault. Okay, that works better. And that army is looking a little bit beaten up now. We do have a skill point to spend as well. And you are going to Immortality. Go for that. And piercing shots, sure. Aserit, you've been trading blows with Conrad, Firth Fiddler. You've only got a 15% chance, but you did it. Good job. Knocked him out. Nice work. And then we've got Aserit, the tiny tree monster. You can, maybe can you block Wolfram Hertwig's army? You can. Good job. Good tiny tree monster. And Tinkerballs is back. Now, where do I want Tinkerballs to go? In fact, you know what? I think I'm going to send her northward. She's going to go, she's got her, is it just a horse? It's not a unicorn. Don't worry, unicorn is the next one up. We'll get you a unicorn. And a Thodi. Can we... It's only a 14% chance and an equal % chance of being wounded, but whatever. That's fine. Not overly concerned, to be honest. Money's not too bad, so I don't mind spending it on agent actions. Oh, of course. The sunken booty. From the crow's nest comes a shouts that the broken masts can be seen. Sunken ship... There comes a broken mast can be seen piercing the ocean surface. As the fleet closes, the crew spot a sunken ship lying amidst the shoals. Such ships would rarely be this far from land without good reason, and that reason most likely involve treasure. So we've got lost cargo and a channeling staff, which is nice. Not sure where this army's going. I mean, I could kill it, but I'm getting on very well with Khazrak at the moment, so I don't really feel that. Don't really feel that I should be doing that, to be honest. However, I did forget to move whatever her name is, who's currently sailing around the ocean. Which is a bit remiss of me, but never mind. We will see. Oh, did you just try and wound Valnal and Scullybobs? You bastard! But they managed to get away. And Averland are running away, as is tradition. Cowards. My goodness, Midland have a lot of armies, don't they? I shouldn't be surprised by that anymore. Is that... Are they Beastmen? I think they're Beastmen. We spotted Morga. That's good. As I said, this episode will be about an hour, but it's always a bit tricky to sort of earmark exactly when an hour is, because obviously I record the replays of battles, so it can sometimes run a bit over, a little bit short, depending on what happens during the episode. Obviously, the more battles, the more out the timings tend to be. Oh, that's Morga's army, right? Yes, that makes sense. They got the same flag. It's just it's red instead of white and brown, which is Morga's flag. Are the Skaven up to anything fun? Looks like they're continuing to push on an old Carl there, which I'm fine with. It's nice to have them on board. Okay, so he spotted Slar, except he's over there, so that's not really a problem. Arguillon is going to rebel. Yeah, well, there's not much we can really do about that. Unless Carl wouldn't mind destroying Grimhold for me. That would be grand.
How can I assist?
Okay, let's move. Iraro, you are going to the King's Glade. Durthu, you are heading north. And it looks like Balthazar has run away. So if I go here, I will have a 95% chance of ambushing, which is pretty bloody good. I am moving normally. I will take only 28%, or have 28% of my movement speed left, so we can then go into an ambush like that. Or Trilio, you know what you can, my dear? You can sail all the way down here. And I'm going to guess this is all Skaven territory. Yep, that's all Skaven territory. Okay. So, what can I do about that? Not an awful lot. To be honest, what I do need to do is assassinate... Oh, it's Ian. Ian's back. Remember Ian?
They will die.
Ian is now dead for good, so don't worry about Ian. Don't forget about Ian. If you did remember him, it's not useful information anymore. And Bertie. Bertie's still alive, so you can remember Bertie, but Ian is most definitely deceased. He has ceased to be. Let's get Specialist to make you a little bit better at just generally everything. And who else do we have? Azerit up here. I would like... Can we have a look at what's in Altdorf? Oh, Reichsmarschall. Reichsmarschall Aldeburus von Sighofen. Wow, that's a name, isn't it? That's quite... Okay, so they've got Steam Tank, Demigriff Knights, Reichsguard. Yeah, we're going to need quite a lot to crack Altdorf. But fortunately, both Durthu and Orion's armies together will have 6 dragons. So I don't think we should have too much trouble incinerating the entire city. And then Durthu can do the ultimate insult, which is sort of like drop some trees on Carl's throne, which is basically the tree man equivalent of pooping on it. That's basically all that is. So Azerit, the tiny tree monster, you... Actually, where's Balthazar gone?
This action does not have my consent.
Balthazar? Where have you gone? Oh, okay. Azerit, can you block? No. I've got a very bad feeling about this. Can you assassinate Maternus Alderbridge? Can you assassinate him?
The forest is whispering.
Good job. Okay. I'm a little bit nervous now. Aguilon is going to rebel. Yeah, fine. And Azerit has got a skill point. You are the tiny tree monster. That's fine. Let's go for a more assassination attempt. That seems good to me. I hope Balthazar isn't, like, ambushing somewhere.
My powers are yours.
Ah. Okay, we have been spotted. But we can lightning strike, can't we? And I think Wansru is just going to head on through. I think he's just passing by. We can just give him a little wave from King's Glade. Just say, yeah, no, have fun. Off you go. Both Tyrion and Tekalis are in Lustria at the moment. I mean, at least that means they are getting more territory and therefore giving me more amber, which can only be a good thing. Fully on board with that. I do need to check with Hexotl and Mazdamundi and see if he's going to maybe make friends with me. I would like to make friends with him. I think we could be good friends. Really good friends, if you get my meaning. Oh, it looks like... What's his name? The boring guy apparently died. Oh well. No great loss. I'm frankly amazed the Vampire Coast is still around. I mean, they might not be around for much longer considering both Teclis and Tyrion and the entire might of Ulthuan are now in Lustria, but... Ooh, Forge Band have been destroyed. Interesting. There's a lot of ruins in the north. Is that all Skaven ruins now? So we've had the Rebellion, Aguilon. Orion's been spotted. King Lon Ironhammer's tried to assassinate that guy. That's faction destroyed. Raiding. Final Supper. Seeking the gift of regeneration. An impotent cabal of young magic users been dabbling in ogre gastromancy, but disaster strikes as they inadvertently summon the great Moor itself, smacking its lips with delight at the banquet laid out before it. The Moor devours the hapless sorcerers where they stand and disappears with a satisfied belch. This arcane upheaval has sapped the winds of magic faction-wide. Good job, guys. Good job. That's sarcasm, by the way. I didn't think it was good. That was really, really... just... ugh. Vomic! Vomic's dead. I'll take the money. Thanks very much. And then we will... Oh, that's Tinkerballs. Dirthu, where can you get to? You can... Yeah, just go in this direction. That will be fine. And do we want to... Ideally, I would like to kill that army in an ambush. However, we can go in, kill him, and then retreat. So I think let's do that. So let's go for the lightning strike. That means his reinforcements aren't... Oh, actually though, I mean, that says we have a pretty good chance. And actually, looking at it, Carl's army there is garbage. It's trash. Absolute trash. So are the settlement garrison. That's garbage as well. So the only thing to really worry about is his artillery and these outriders. Do I take them all on? Am I feeling that gutsy? Do I feel like I'm full of spunk? I mean, that came out wrong. I mean, nothing ventured, nothing gained. I feel this is quite a ballsy move from me, taking on 2 armies and a garrison at the same time. But I think I can swing this, mostly because we've got Gold Squadron, of course. Gold Squadron being the gold standard of squadrons, and we've also got Sweetleaf. Going to be hanging around on her little birdie there. She's side saddling that thing. That is not Sweetleaf. What happens if you fall off? Oh, you can float, can't you? Okay, well, never mind. That's fine. So we've got this little river running between us. We are set up on the far side here. I need Gold Squadron to deal with that artillery before we move any close to the enemy army. which is exactly what we're going to do. So we can see they've got several units of Outriders, and they've got there's some crossbowmen in the back. I don't think they've got any handgunners, but the Outriders are bad enough. But for some reason, they're letting their Hellstorm rocket battery lead the charge. An unconventional manoeuvre. Not one that I necessarily see in Imperial Doctrine, but, you know, whatever. Maybe Carl's throwing out some curveballs here. I'm not sure how much of a curveball this is. But, sure. I think Gold Squadron are just momentarily stunned that the artillery is just... Oh, here comes Gold Leader. Leading the charge, as you know, as is tradition, as is his place in life. And now they're retreating very, very slowly. That's probably sensible in the circumstances, but not fast enough. That's killed quite a few of them and destroyed one of the Hellstorm rocket batteries. And it appears the rest of the army decided that they're going to leave the rocket battery to its own devices. Right Guard Knights running past. We're going to drop a Awakening Wood. I now remember the name of that spell because I've remembered. It's funny. So, Hellstorm Rocket Battery are down already because the AI is dense. And there we go, we're just going to chase them off. Blow up another Hellstorm Rocket Battery. Or Hellstorm Rocket Artillery piece. And then Gold Squadron coming in, getting some lovely shots off here. That is glorious stuff. And another one here. Oh. Be still my beating heart. So already Gold Squadron has done a huge amount of damage. And they're now breaking off. While that's happening, we can see we've got some Empire Knights and some Outriders moving through the river in the valley. Outriders have spotted what I thought at this point were Outriders, but they're not Outriders. I forgot to switch them over. You can imagine my surprise when I thought, this is no problem. I'll just charge them down into the night. Oh no, they're not. They're not Wild Riders. They're Sisters of the Thorn. Oh shoot. So the Sisters of the Thorn there deceiving me and pretending to be not Outriders, Wild Riders. However, you know, Sisters of the Thorn are still pretty bloody good, so we should be fine. The Empire Knights getting a Curse of Anrahir, there we are. And then the Sisters of the Thorn charging the Empire Knights. They should have no problem breaking through there eventually, however, reinforcements are on their way. So to run a little bit of interference, Gold Squadron's moving in to try and save them. Comes the Waking of the Wood, that's going to slow down those Empire Knights. And then Gold Leader going to charge them in and save the Sisters of the Thorn from this Empire Knight charge. Very good. Then the rest of Gold Squadron just running interference, just blocking the way of the Imperial Army, making the missile units run away and pinning some of the Knights and infantry in place. Orion is continuing to lob his spear. There he is. Got some Empire Knights coming forward. I mean, he's got 56 kills so far. Very, very respectable. Very respectable. The Legolas cosplayers currently hidden in the forest up here. Just firing off. This guy apparently just firing directly into a tree, which is, yeah, that's not working, is it, mate? Okay, good. Well, he's doing his best, and that's adorable. He's obviously the slightly special one. Gold Squadron have decided they've had enough. There's Carl. Carl Franz himself, the Emperor. And we're going to drop Orion's bombardment ability. Does a fair chunk of damage. And now the rest of our archers and Eternal Wardens moving forward. You can see the Sisters of the Thorn just chasing down some Empire Knights, shooting them. And then the rest of our forces now retreating up to the hill. However, we do have Gold Leader over here kind of ensconced in a whole bunch of infantry. Or at least he was. So now that infantry is dead and Gold Leader can now break away. Thank you very much, Gold 3. Good job. Carl gets hit by a nasty arrow from Dido and has lost half his health already. He's not looking good, but it's not letting him stop him, to be fair. He's going in for the kill. Nice. Very good. More Empire Knight. They seem to really want to kill Orion. Seems to be their thing. How are the Legolas cosplayers doing? Is Chappie still firing randomly into a tree? Or is he... Oh, that's Glade Guard. Where's our... they're probably climbing trees or something. I don't know. Wood elves, eh? What you going to do? So Karl Franz comes charging into the fray and gets jumped on by, I think, 600 odd tons of reptile and then promptly dies. So good job, Karl. Nice work. A very powerful and moving statement there, charging directly into our lines and then getting jumped on by dragons. However, I feel like probably would be better if he'd just not done that. We've got lots of infantry here, or we did until they died. And now the Sisters of Thorn are going to get some nice charges off here. They're going to come streaming down the hill. Empire infantry goes flying everywhere. And I haven't noticed this yet, but we do have a mortar that's snuck onto the battlefield. I was looking for this all battle, and it's just snuck up on me. How does a mortar sneak up on you when you're very unobservant, I guess? So Sisters of Thorn are going to chase down that. That should deal with the mortar. Our archers are concentrating fire on any sort of big blob of infantry, and when they do concentrate fire, things die very, very quickly. We do have an Empire captain, Wolfram Hertwig, currently fighting our Eternal Wardens. They weren't doing so well against him, so Orion's come in to poke him in the face with a giant spear. I don't know if throwing your spear at point blank range is really worth it. Maybe just... Alright, no, Orion, you do you. Whatever. It's fine. Lots of Empire infantry fleeing off the field now. Can't really blame them. They took horrendous damage there. I mean, so far we've lost about 20-ish. And they've lost a considerably, more. So, Gold Squadron chasing off the last few Empire infantry and backed up by the Sisters of Thorn. But more Imperial infantry filtering onto the field though. Although how useful they're going to be when the rest of their army has been completely crushed and fleeing off into distance, I don't know. Already their morale's a little bit shot, unsurprisingly. I mean, if you marched onto a battlefield and some of your friends were running past screaming, covered in blood, you'd probably... I think at that point you might feel a little bit unsure about how things were going. Might feel a little bit apprehensive. So, no doubt they are as well. As you can see, some of these already close to routing. And in fact, the crossbowmen have just routed. They've literally got, no, I've had enough, we're off. And we do have some Free Company militia coming onto the field, running down the hill. So we're going to have to chase those off to win the battle. But I think it's fair to say that we have won the battle, considering that the Empire now have about the same numbers as we do. And they started with considerably more. Sisters of Thorn, they're not Wild Riders, but they're not bad cavalry. So in they come. Already picking at the Free Company militia. Free Company militia are probably better off just standing and fighting, but apparently they decide to run away. That's a mistake, because obviously we're a lot faster than they are. There goes Gold Squadron backing up the Sisters of Thorn, and we've got even more infantry coming onto the field, including some Empire Knights who have bravely broken and are running away. And it's literally just a case of mopping up now. Gold Squadron going to unleash some breath attacks. There we go, very nice. Unfortunately, a little bit of miscommunication here, and looks like there's a bit of a Gold Leader does a bit of a friendly fire incident and manages to incinerate some of the Sisters of Thorn. Oops, that's not ideal, but these things happen. It is a battlefield. It's not very safe. People tend to tend to lose their lives on battlefield. You know, that's just given. That's just a given. You have to accept that. It's a hostile workplace environment. So unfortunately, a little bit of friendly fire there, but otherwise, I think it's safe to say we have won the battle, just chasing down the last few units. But we have managed to break Karl and another army and the garrison of Paravon, which means it shouldn't be too difficult to finish up. Okay, so a bit of a shame about the Sisters of Thought. They did a good job. The ladies did a good job. That's fair to say. But I am going to need those Wild Riders. Got a potion of toughness, so that's a nice recompense. Anyway, so managed to destroy quite a significant portion of the garrison, Karl's army, and Karl. That's good, and also a lot of Wolframs. So, and you know, basically, other than that friendly fire incident, pretty good. Not bad. So we're going to release the captives. Send them running. And we've got Reich's hammer. Causes terror in fighting against the Empire. I mean, I think Orion caused terror anyway. Yeah, so that's not really that useful. But, you know, I'll take it. I'll take it. And can we... I'd like to hit this army again. Because that's going to pull the reinforcements in, and what I'm going to do is save it and then just auto-resolve. Yeah, that's okay, I'll take that. And that means there literally should be no one to stop me from taking Paravon back. And Paravon is a very important settlement to take. It's the next, obviously, it's the first step on our road to Altdorf. We're going to have to grab Montfort, Helmgart, and then finally on to Altdorf. And we also need to get those sodding Wild Riders, because I do want to do Orion's quest if we can. Would like to finish off, is it a spear? I think it's a spear. Yeah, it's a spear. Spear. So would like to get that one. So do need to do that. And let's get Rain of Spines. Upgrade that. Give more reload time reduction. That's always going to be good. Can't hurt to have that. Okay. Durthu, you got a skill point for killing those rebels. Good job. I guess you want Pulverizing Spirits, because you've got Treekin, you've got Treeman, you've got Forest Dragons as well, so yep. We will go with that. Do I want to send Durthu south again? I'm going to have to. I don't trust... I could send Erario north, but I just don't trust the Beastmen. I want to, but I don't. So let's... we can't assault you. Can we kill you? No, because you assassinated someone, didn't you? So you're exhausted. You're tired. You need a little nap. Let's get over that. But you can. No, you can't. You failed. Good. Good job.
How can I assist you? Seeking unseen
Carry on down here. Ah.
My journey begins.
We're going to have a look at this mysterious island. You are not looking very happy. You're looking quite seasick. You're just going to have to live with that. And then let's send you southward. Ruth. She went up to see if Malekith was home. He's not. He's dead. Dido, you've got a skill point. We're gonna may as well pick up these, I guess. Oh, endurance. Nah, you know, that's fine. Go with that.
Protector of the forest.
Doden, you can have assault garrison because that's always pretty good. And Doten, who is, I think, your little friend, can have piercing shots because there's no point having much else. Azarit, you can have specialist. And Athodio, yeah, you can have assassinate.
The forest is whispering.
You haven't moved. Okay, what I want to do? Can you maybe? No, you're just too tired. So just have a rest. Have a little nap. You'll feel better. Can we maybe? I mean, it's not really going to. We'll just assault the garrison just a little bit. Just punch it up a little bit.
How may I help?
And Tinkerballs, you can... What can you actually do? Can you do anything useful? You can steal technology. Oh, you know what? Sure. Well, no, you can't. And you... I would like some eyes sort of over here just in case. Oh, well, we got... Bordeaux. Yeah, they're there. So we can see that. They're kind of defending that flank. A little bit worried about if Bretonnia declare war on us, that would be bad. And we do have... Oh, yes. Malagor. Malagor. I'm hoping that the Beastmen just want to wander on by. No, that's not wandering on by. That's heading towards the Oak of Ages, isn't it? Remember? Yeah, don't want to go that way, do we? No. Well, I guess you do. I guess you do. Okay, so we're going to have to put Khazrak out of his misery. That's unfortunate. I was hoping that we could just, you know, just slide on by each other. No aggro. No, you know, stepping on each other's toes. Just a nice sort of little bit of rivalry there, throwing some insults back and forth, but nothing, you know, no stabbing, no shanking, no burning of trees. Really, is what I was hoping for there, but it doesn't look like it's going to be the case, so I think I am going to have to put them down like the mad animals they are. Kislev is still stupid powerful. Wow, Mazdamundi. I meant to check with Mazdamundi, didn't I? Meant to check with... Oh, New World colonies are dead as well.
Come! The beauty of Athelloren is seldom seen by outsiders.
You want a military alliance and you're going to give me Amber for it? And you're friends with Tekalis? Sure, absolutely. I can get on board with that. That seems like a fantastic deal. More Amber the better. Okay, so I'm hoping the Skaven are going to keep Carl busy. However, it does kind of feel like they've kind of clawed out a bit of territory and now they're just kind of sitting around doing nothing, which is it's a bit of a shame. Assault garrison success. That's a bit of a pain. Bertie has failed to wound Doton and New World Colonies has been destroyed. Okay.
Lord of Athelloren.
So we're going to have to stop Wonsru Heart Gorge.
How can I assist?
He needs to die. It's unfortunate, but he needs to die. So, I mean, we haven't really fought Beastmen before, have we? So maybe a nice little Beastman battle. Sounds fun, doesn't it? Let's go with a Beastman battle. We haven't fought any Beastmen in this... I don't think we've fought any Beastmen in this campaign yet. I bet... Have we? You know what? I can't remember. But we're going to be fighting some Beastmen now. It's a bit unfortunate. Would prefer to have left them to their own devices, but I just can't trust them. Of course, Beastmen very steamy. A very steamy faction. You see all the steam coming off them there. We've got our Wild Riders on our right flank. They should be able to deal with the Minotaurs fairly easily, and that's kind of what I'm hoping for. The Wildwood Rangers, again, should be able to deal with the Minotaurs. Our Eternal Guard should be fine as well. Durthu's Wargrover Sacrificial, don't care about them. Of course, we've got Iraro flapping away on Tweety Pie, whatever we decided to call that. And he's going to start firing. Did he kill anyone? No. You know, maybe save your arrows. So we've got some Centaurs coming on the right flank. We've got Centaurs coming on the left flank, and we've got a small detachment heading for the Wild Riders over on the right. However, these guys are absolute murder trains, so we shouldn't have any trouble. Going to give the Minotaurs a charge there. More Minotaurs getting a charge, and then these Wild Riders coming over to assist with the Centaurs. And the Centaurs get absolutely wrecked. The Minotaurs not doing much better. We are going to get hit by some Bestigor herds though, so that's less than ideal. Our main force is in a little bit of trouble. Right flank has been hit by Centaurs and some Gors. However, they are holding. Minotaurs barreling into the centre of our line, doing horrendous damage, but they are slightly taller than the surrounding Eternal Guard, so they are going to start getting absolutely riddled with arrow fire. On the left flank, Iraro has managed to pin down a unit of Centaurs that were preparing to flank and hit our archers. Good job. He's wrecking them. He's murdering a lot of them. He's a bit of a monster. Nice pit of shades going off there, killing Minotaurs and Bestigors. And the Wild Riders have finished off one unit of Minotaurs and are now coming into the rear of this Gore herd. And getting a lovely charge there. Gore go flying. Minotaurs are dead. They're routing. They're shattered. More Centaurs being driven off by the Wild Riders. That was not much of a competition there. The Wild Riders just absolutely minced that. And talking of mincing, that looks like that's what's been done to the rest of the army. Broken and running. Not a difficult fight, but it's always nice to fight someone that isn't fucking humans. Well, that was a real shame that we couldn't get on like civilized, pointy-eared freaks and whatever Beastmen are. So that's a bit of a shame. But we had to kill them. We had to. But I will release the captives. Maybe I should have stabbed them. Maybe I should have stabbed them to death. I probably should have stabbed them to death. Oh, we got some more amber though, so that's a win. Win there. We got a War Dancer Drummer. Excellent. And we're going to chase down and just finish these lads off. And this time I think I'll kill them. And Arario is a good attacker. Enemy killed in battle. Was that? Okay, so Kazrak does have another army out here somewhere. Fair enough. Now, I do need to... Right, I need to swap armies with Araro. So you, Orion, come down here. Dirth, we're going to swap places. You're going to go up here. There we go. And Araro should be able to link up. Ooh, can we get a little bit closer? Get a little bit closer. That seems pretty good. No Avaland armies nearby. That's a win. And Doton, can you assassinate Bertie? No, but you did have a very good chance to do it and you failed, so that was rubbish. Doden, can you do it? 39% chance. Yes, see, Doden managed it. What's wrong with you, Doton? Dotane? Whatever your Hellion. I don't. Elves. What the hell? Okay. Okay, swinging bows. I want swinging bows. Swinging bows. Maybe a little bit of swinging bows. Yeah, swinging bows. Swinging bows it is. Daytrock, you are going to have Pit of Shades because Pit of Shades is fucking amazing. And Paravon. Now, someone did point out that if we build this Peaks of Paravon, I think it was Heir of Carnage, I think it said that, then we get 3 Hawk Riders and 3 Great Eagles. Now, I'm not entirely certain if that's really enough to warrant... I mean, I don't think it's going to see off any kind of attack, and we're not reusing Great Eagles and Hawk Riders because, well, 1, they're rubbish, and 2, frankly, the bird poo just gets everywhere. It's awful. It's horrendous. It's worse than seagulls. I mean, and I hate seagulls are the worst. So I don't know. I mean, hopefully we'll be pushing on. So is it really a problem if we don't build it? I mean, if I was worried about if I was using it as a defensive position, then I think I probably would go for it. But I'm not really. So I think what I am going to do is just get foraging groves for the money. I mean, money-wise, we're actually looking pretty good. Oh, that reminds me. Mazda Mundi, where is he? Let us align our minds in the Star Chamber. Yeah, is that where you get high? Is that thing? Just push aside the stone door and just smoke. Okay, you kind of like us, but you also don't like us. So maybe how many settlements have you got? You've got 4 settlements, where Itza has 8. Well, that's... Thanks for the heads up, I guess. Lizardmen, alright. A generous gift. It's only going to give you 7k, but it is a generous gift, so boop. So what's that going to go? That's going up to 67. That's, you know, that's looking pretty good. That's looking pretty good. Where is Tekalis? That's probably easier just to do this.
Deliver your terms and I shall consider them.
Yeah, thanks Tekalis. Okay, let's keep Tekalis sweet. 20k.
Consider it done.
I really shouldn't have. Yeah, I really shouldn't have. However, it is going to keep him on our side, which I do really need.
How can I assist you?
Oh, there's a skull reef over here, so we're going to go up here and grab that. Horde of the Vampire Admiral. A skull-shaped lair lying ominously on the horizon can only be the hidden horde of Count Nautilus. I mean, to be honest, having seen the number of just skull mountains there are in the Warhammer world, I'm amazed that skull-shaped lairs in the middle of the sea aren't more common. I mean, they're pretty common from the looks of it, but you would think you're literally charting courses around the bloody things. Anyway, Vampire Admiral, who was the scourge of the seas in his great vessel, the Bloody Reaver. Legend has it that Noctulus treasures is hidden upon the great ocean and guarded by zombie crewmates, damned to protect it for all eternity. That is until your fleet chances upon the lair. I'm going to get Charm Shield and 10,000 big ones. Tasty. Now you're going to go after this little hidden reef over there. That sounds pretty good. So that's, you know, got us back some of the money we did spend. Malagor's down here. That's... I mean, the problem is it's now a fight between Chaos and Skaven corruption, and Untainted is definitely losing that particular engagement, which is a little bit of a problem. But our actual garrison here isn't too bad, although is it good enough to see off an actual force? I don't really know. Still, 20 amber isn't actually that bad. How much amber would I need for the next rank? 35. You know what? That's actually kind of manageable. Potentially. I just don't think we're going to get there before the patch hits. So that's the thing. Azurit. Are you going to assault the garrison? Just keep assaulting it. That's what I think you're going to do. Fleet Fingers. Let's get you that. Azurit, Tree Monster Extraordinaire, damage walls. Failed, but good attempt.
My powers are yours.
And Tinkerballs, you have the power of balls, and therefore you are going to... I don't know, what are you going to do? There's a... No, that's a Skaven agent, don't do that. Steal technology? We're not bringing it down, you're stealing their technology. Okay, we didn't get anything there. But that's... what should we, oh yes, we're going for the public order. Yes, that's going to help stabilise our public order. That will come in very handy. So Ruth continuing. She sailed across the world. She's the most well-travelled little tree monster ever. It's very exciting. Agents scuttling all over the place. It looks like... I think there might be a problem with Still Faith Overhaul and the sort of Skaven taking control of ruins and the Beastmen creating ruins. I think there's a bit of an issue there, because a lot of the world currently looks like it's under control of Skaven simply because the Beastmen keep destroying shit and the other factions don't resettle it. And then I guess because the other factions aren't at war with the Skaven, they just kind of don't do anything. The Skaven just gradually start taking over the world through default. I mean, in theory, it's a good idea that Skaven pop up in ruins, but in practice, doesn't seem to be working well, really, in my opinion. I think it's probably because the Skaven don't have armies in those locations, so there's no real conflict between the AIs. They're not really doing anything to each other. So they're just not at war. They don't really have any strong feelings about each other, so the Skaven are just like gradually just picking things up as it goes through time. So it looks like if we could ally with the Skaven, we would probably get a lot of amber, but they don't really look. It doesn't really look like they're on our side. I think my plan is we're going to take Altdorf and we're going to do Orion's quest battle, and once we've done that I will consider the campaign complete. At that point I will be happy that I've managed a form of victory. So Lun Ironhammer, that guy's the worst. Azarit, failure on the wound there. Azarit's fortunate. Ambush has been discovered. Raiding is going on. Guerrillas in our midst. Network of sedacious ne'er-do-wells sow discord in your provinces and public order is falling. Seek methods to remedy this before it erupts into full-blown rebellion. Oh, great. Just what I needed. Well, that's brilliant.
Hush! Listen!
Don't you hush me, Tinkerballs. Jesus. Let's go and see if we can steal technology. We have succeeded. Good job, Tinkerballs. Now hates men. He's a man-hater. And we are going to surge on to Montfort. We're going to grab that. That's going to be an easy win, so let's just auto-resolve that one. And we will occupy it. So far, so good. Now.
Glade Lord.
Oh, those armies are back. Damn it, guys, can't you just piss off for 5 minutes?
I thirst for the hunt.
Okay, let's come to... Like, and we will take the Wild Riders.
I am called forth.
And then we're running away again. Off we go. Bye.
Can I offer assistance?
That does mean
Forest has spoken.
that we can't move very far.
I acquiesce to your request.
Right, we'll pop over there. I hope they won't attack. And just we'll just weaken them a little bit. Can we assault these units? Success. Nice work, Doten. That's what I expect. Doden, how about you? Can you do the same? Nope, you're still tired. You're still exhausted. Rubbish. Okay, we'll just hop back over here. We will have reinforcements next turn. Yeah, Rebellion is going to be a real problem for us. But we do have the Wild Riders that should pop the next Spear of Crynsos quest. I'm hoping that's going to be the battle. Sweet Leaf, you've got a skill point, which we're going to pop in. I mean, you've pretty much got all the spells, so let's go. Well, you don't really damage yourself Flesh to stone, I'm 50 armor. Yeah, you know what? May as well. Let's just grab that one. Azurit. Can you assassinate Marius Beckberg? No, you can't. You failed. Rubbish. We've got another Avaland army over there. Azurit, can you damage Helmgart's walls? Success. Nice work. And Azurit hates men as well. I'm not surprised because men are literally the... Why have I got that? I want you to damage walls. That's what I want. Make some holes in some walls. Make a lot of holes in a lot of walls. And then we will take the Withering. Withering looks good. Take that.
Eternal Guardian.
And a Thodi. You, I want sort of up here. I just want some eyes on the north. I want to know what's going on up there.
Guardian of the Deepwood.
Doton, piercing shots. That'll be good. And Tinkerballs, you can have a unicorn. I did promise you a unicorn, and a unicorn you shall have. You're welcome. Okay, so far so good. So we're pushing on towards Altdorf, and hopefully Orion's quest should pop next turn. But unfortunately, we've run out of time, and with Avaland heading towards Kingsglade again, I'm going to have to leave it there. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.